here in one of the council estates of Poplar. Each new government of disaster after economic disaster. Do you guys want to see Poplar's most dangerous alley? I don't know whose window it's coming from, but more fun here, talking to crackheads whilst I was having my crisps. Look at the state of this. The bin's not even half full and they've given up and chucked it. Well, I've got a view of someone's sofa. Welcome to Canary Wharf in East London. A place that is the embodiment of the rich. A place that is an embodiment of wealth. And a place that is an embodiment of the high life of the UK. However, we're actually surrounded by Tower Hamlets, which has been ranked consecutively as the most deprived and poorest borough in London. How is that so? What's going on there and what has caused this? Well, it's a completely different tale. So join me today to go out the walls of this city into the real London, into the Tower Hamlets. Let's go. Now I'm just walking to try and find a bridge to get to the Isle of Dogs over there. After we've explored the Isle of Dogs, we're going to come back, explore a bit of Canary Wharf. I can show you around this area, but then we're going to go to a place called Poplar, and that is one of the most deprived places in all of London. I'll tell you what guys, it's good to be back in London. The first video I ever done on this channel was in London. We did more sort of west and north London, so it's about time we finally do the east, because I know most of my subscribers do come from the city. It's hard not to get distracted. I haven't been to Canary Wharf in many years. Look at this. I feel like it's a little America is what it is, isn't it? Obviously you've got Chinatown and little Venice and those kind of places, but here it is little America, isn't it? Little Boston, that sort of thing, with the high rises and all the... I mean, it smells like capitalism here, it really does. So you've even got bloody Amazon taking over, Amazon Fresh. Found something absolutely terrifying. What the bloody hell is this? That's absolutely terrifying, isn't it? I actually thought they're real people for a second. It turns out they're just bloody like statues or something. Why are they 7 foot tall as well? You make me feel bad. Now here you can kind of visualise the wealth inequality going on in not just London but the rest of the UK. In front of me, as you can see, we're walking into the heart of the Isle of Dogs, where the deprivation gets a bit more real. As you can see, the buildings are becoming slightly less tall, and when we go even further, from my sources and what they've told me, it turns into a completely different world. Behind me though, big old buildings, very modern. Even here in the Isle of Dogs, some of the wealth from Canary Wharf has spread a little bit on those first few roads, but as soon as you go back, as you're going to see in a minute guys, it does change quite drastically. Well, if you ever need some reading material, free Islamic books take home. You've got the Quran there, you've got Islam at a glance, all sorts. Literally, we've just walked, this is about 10 seconds after the last clip, we've walked into here and there's just unfortunately it's just loads of random almost rubble outside people's houses. I wasn't really expecting that. You've got these old almost Victorian era houses, they look very nice, but the super modern buildings compared to here, I mean, you can see them in the background. They're literally one street away, and it's not even like a really gradual fade, it just turns drastically from, well, Canary Wharf, banking district, wealth, to here, where it's one of the most deprived parts of the entire country and the most deprived part of London. What a shame. Well, I think I know why there's the Quran being given out here. It's because Tower Hamlets is the biggest Bangladeshi community in all of England and all of London for that matter, so that's most likely why they're giving them out there here, because most people here don't have the same religion as some other parts of London, of course. Look how that goes quite high up as well. Came here most likely before Canary Wharf, of course, and once again you can still see the backdrop of Canary Wharf from behind. But it's the first place I've been in my life where I've really seen the difference of two completely different places within that exact same city, and you can walk it. I've been walking for maybe 10 minutes and totally different place. And one thing I've heard about the Isle of Dogs as well as Poplar is the education levels. I want to say the statistic is about 12% haven't had any formal qualifications ever, periods. And as a result, that does feed into some of the deprivation as well. Oh wow, it looks like they've got some sort of mini high street thing going on here. Let's check it out, see what shopping you can do here. There's an off license, the usual sort of things. I haven't seen a vape shop yet though. It's quite rare for the UK, isn't it? No vapes in the window. You've got a fish and chip shop. Western community, masjids. What else have you got? I don't know what that is, by the way. Don't know what a masjid is. It sounds like a maybe Muslim community meetup thing. I'm not entirely sure. Laundrette slash a cafe, takeaway, and the rest is just off licenses and takeaway. So pretty standard. It's nice and small. Other thing I will say is it was perfectly safe. Perfectly safe. They were saying Tower Hamlets, Newham, Croydon, and Enfield. That was it. Enfield. They were the sort of no-go areas. But I'm walking around here, and as much as I like to exaggerate to get views, it's just bloody empty. I mean, it is a Tuesday afternoon, but yeah, it's just bloody empty. No one's really about. Wow, that's cool. See, that's a sign there might be a slightly dodgy area. You've got those sort of cages around the front doors of the houses. But once again, don't feel unsafe or anything like that. I am lost, by the way, just that sort of just sunk into my head. I am lost, but apart from that, I just feel very, very safe. Honestly, I'm just shocked. I mean, London is in the top 3 richest cities in Europe. And one of the richest in the world. You would think the wealth inequality would be rather low, right? But look at it. I'm going to try and get some stats up on the general salaries of people in Isle of Dogs versus Canary Wharf, because that would be really interesting to see. I want to interview someone, but literally no one's around. Okay guys, we're back here in Canary Wharf. We're going to have to walk through the centre and then up north, so the opposite way of where we've come. Then we'll end up in a town called Poplar, and that is another place that we're going to have a little look at. I've heard some interesting things about it, so yeah, let's go and check it out. So that is the end of Canary Wharf. Now it's time to go. We're going to cross the river and we're going to Poplar now. What's it going to be like? Who knows? Now that is truly crazy what I'm looking at right here. Pretty much flat, then you turn around and it's a completely different world. Except it's not, so let's go further back that way and let's see what Tower Hamlets has to offer us. Hopefully good stuff. I like good stuff. You know it's getting funky when you start seeing the litter just needlessly everywhere. I don't know how well the camera even picks it up, but just trash everywhere. Which unfortunately is a thing I've noticed over the few years. England has a trash problem and people are just throwing stuff all over the streets. It's almost like the British people, maybe me and myself included, have almost half given up on the country, and we shouldn't. Many years, increasingly so with each new government, of disaster after economic disaster, austerity in 2010 making everyone poorer, whilst the tax burden's at all-time highs, the rich not paying tax, your tax havens abroad, remember them, remember those scandals still going on today. And as a result, there's not enough investment to go to every single town, and they have to choose. And would they rather put it in Tower Hamlets or would they rather put it in Westminster? unfortunately Westminster's going to win every single time from the government's perspective, and as a result the people here have to suffer. Well, it's safe to say I do stick out a little bit. With Isle of Dogs, obviously I've been there very briefly before, albeit only for an hour or so, whereas here I've never been to before, so we'll see how it goes. Never been here, don't know what it looks like, don't know if the high street's that way, there are loads of people that way, so we're gonna go this way where it's a bit more peaceful. Let's check it out. Look at the state of this. The bin's not even half full and they've given up and chucked it there. But the architecture as well changes quite significantly, even compared to the Isle of Dogs. I would say this is easily a tier above in terms of how it looks. The reason for that, it's got one of the highest amounts out of any borough or any part of all of London of people who live in social housing, people on benefits, right? So people here, it's 35.8%, which is insanely high. Insanely high. The more I think about it, the more crazy that is. But when I'm looking at these houses here, it says everything you need to know. It really does. Look at that magpie. It's trying to get into the... Oh, it's given up. Sorry, that was the most entertaining thing in this entire video, I am sure. Alright guys, we're here in one of the council estates of Poplar, the most deprived part of London, inside of that most deprived part of London. So, I must say, everyone's got quite nice cars, like fairly modern, so I'm semi-questioning the statistics. Obviously the houses here cost way more than anything I can bloody afford. It's in London. That brings me on to the important discussion that needs to be had about gentrification. Is it doing England any good? Is it doing England any bad? The problem, and something that a lot of people have said when I was talking to locals online before I came here doing my research, is a lot of people are feeling that the house prices are getting so expensive here, as of all of London, but especially Poplar, because of the gentrification that's coming out of Isle of Dogs, that's coming out of Canary Wharf. As a result, many richer people are moving in here, buying the social housing. It's pushing the costs up, and it's pushing people out, whether on social housing or if they're on a freehold or a leasehold, it's still pushing people out a lot. And it's a shame. It's a shame because people are making London bigger and bigger. We've got a population issue as it is, and it's forcing people out into the countryside. It's going to knock down more trees, and you're going to see more estates just like this one. Do you guys want to see Poplar's most dangerous alley? The most dangerous one, only the hardest people around can go down here. Let me show you. It's just an alley, it's just a normal alley. Sorry, it sounded cool to say that. So I've seen a lot of these around Poplar, as if they're boxing it off, but there's no one building anything. It doesn't say what they're building, and nothing's actually happening. Just confusing, isn't it? Why is that there? Because it goes back an awful long way and nothing's really going on. This is the nicest smelling street. It just smells of masala dosa and roti, and I'm actually quite hungry. I don't know whose window it's coming from. Oh, I wish you could smell this. This is insane. It's just what I was seeing across these. The bloody paint's all falling off and everything. And once again, guys, it's more than I can bloody afford. I'm still living with my bloody parents. It's the house bloody crisis is what it is. And people wonder why everyone's moving out in the country. I've done a video on this already, so you can check that out. But housing's just way too expensive for the average person. No matter what your skin colour is, no matter half the jobs that are in this country, you need really to live in London high 40 grand to afford to live here. I mean, probably outside of London in the southeast, mid 30s realistically, if you want to live on your own. It's mental, isn't it? Holy shit, I've never seen that much trash just thrown into there. There's like tablets, nappies, plasters, drinks. Like, come on guys. I know there isn't too many bins in London, but you're literally in a residential area. You probably live around the corner. I don't understand why some people just can't find a bin. rubbish. Oh, there's a bottle filled with quite possibly urine. There is quite possibly urine. Please don't be urine. Now I think there should be some sort of market up ahead. There's quite a lot of abandoned buildings, but in the middle there's these markets. It's New Britain. Let's check it out. Oh, look at all the rugs, guys. That's amazing. So many different colours. No matter what country I'm in, I've always been a sucker for a good market. Even if you're not buying anything, it's just fun to like look around and see what there is. Look at that, you've got some shirts there. Town centre's obviously seen better days, right? But the market's cool. I like this. Wow, it seems like there's vegetables over there or something. Once again, guys, this smells bloody amazing. I don't know where the food's coming from. Obviously this is like the fruit bit and stuff, but it smells bloody amazing. Crikey. Nothing better than the smell of fruits and stuff. We found this in Luton. I've forgotten the name of the pub, but when we did the Luton video we found something like this there, and you could buy all sorts of fruits and stuff that you can't get in like an English supermarket. It's stuff I've never seen before, and it smells absolutely amazing. There you go, so many rugs as well. All sorts of different colours. All sorts of different patterns as well. You've got like tigers, you've got flowers, all sorts. Looks so cool. And a bath mat. It's a bit random, but I suppose would that classify as a rug? Bath mat. I brought some like masala flavoured Indian crisps. I think they're from Karelia, the lady said, or Kerala. The lady said, so I want to try them, but I'm trying to find like somewhere to sit, but I can't really find anywhere, so yeah, I'm going on a bench hunt to see if there's anything I can do, because I don't really want to stand up and eat. I want to taste this. Ah, there we go. Well, I've got a view of someone's sofa they've just left. I've got some of Karela's greatest snacks. We've got Nimbu masala. I don't know what it is. Looks like some sort of potato and chickpea noodle, as they call it. Full of like a masala dosa sort of spice on the top. So this is like proper Indian stuff. I can see it's all in Urdu, Hindi, Bengali, and a little bit of English at the bottom. So yeah, let's give it a go. Oh, it's good. It literally just tastes like a curry. Literally just tastes like a curry. And that's a very white man thing to say, but it just does. Nice and spicy as well. Gives you a really nice kick at the end. Absolutely delicious. Okay, so that was the main market here in Poplar. That was really interesting to try some fairly local food as well. I'm saying it as if I'm a different country, but you are. I mean, pretty much the only white person in there. Weirdly though, I was looking into some of the shops, and 70% of them are obviously for like the Bangladeshi community, and 30% of them are for white people. You get these British sort of cafes or something like that, and inside those cafes it's completely just full of white people and no Bangladeshi people. And then you look at the Bangladeshi shops and it's full of Bangladeshi people and no white people. And it's like, then there's me who's just eating like masala dosa crisps basically. Oh god, what a life, what a weird time, what a weird place. Well everyone, I believe that brings our journey to a close. You've seen probably the best and the worst of London in terms of wealth. I actually had more fun here talking to crackheads whilst I was having my crisps. Managed to somehow shake them off. I don't know what he even wanted. He could barely speak English, but there's this dude with like the biggest beard I've ever seen. He just sat with me. I thought he was initially wanting me to buy him food. I was like, I don't mind you buying like food, They're just asking for like cash, which I A, don't even have, and B, don't want to give, because you don't know what they're going to bloody spend it on. Drugs, alcohol, all sorts. So yeah, I didn't fall for it in the end, just in case it was a scam. But yeah, if you wanted food, obviously I'd buy him food, but he refused. It's like, surely if you've got nothing and someone's going to offer you food, surely you would want to take it, right? So yeah, that was Poplar, Isle of Dogs and Canary Wharf. Hope you enjoyed, guys. I'll see you in the next one.